Hey friends, it's Hannah. I was sitting here thinking about the kind of fathers a whole lot of us were raised by in tobacco country. And I don't think those men get talked about near enough. I'm talking about the dads who worked a full daytime job, came home tired, and still went right back out to the field. Men who farmed tobacco on the side, not because they were trying to get rich, but because they were trying to keep a family going. That tobacco money was different. It wasn't flashy money. It was quiet money, hard money, honest money. It was the kind of money that might make the payment on a new tractor in December, or help pay down the farm, or carry a family through one more year. A lot of times that crop was the little bit extra that never got bragged on, but it mattered more than people know. We had a tobacco base on our farm, but Daddy rented other crops out and raised extra base that belonged to other farms, often widows who couldn't raise their base themselves, so they would split it with Dad. My dad, uncle, and all the farmers who lived around us knew how to work. I can remember many times, 2 a.m. or 4 a.m., somewhere around October, whenever it was right, Mama waking me up and telling me get dressed. We had to go to the barn to book tobacco. It was raining outside, and the tobacco was in case. They'd punch a clock somewhere all day, then come home and strip backer, hang tobacco, haul tobacco, and pray the weather held right. Their hands stayed rough, their backs stayed sore, and somehow they still kept going. That was a different breed of man. Rural, Southern, Appalachian, proud. They didn't always say a whole lot, but the way they lived said everything. They were raising families on grit, faith, diesel, dirt, and determination. And if you grew up in that kind of life, then you know tobacco wasn't just a crop. It was school clothes. It was a tractor or a new truck payment. It was groceries and presents under the Christmas tree. It was survival. And for a lot of families, it was one of the reasons the farm got held on to at all. So here's to the dads that worked their butts off providing for their family. And a whole lot of us are standing here today because of hard-working dads that never complained, had hands of black gum from stripping backer for hours at night, and got back up the next morning early and went to their daytime job. My dad was a hod carrier. In other words, he carried mud to bricklayers up scaffolding all day on a high-rise construction project, usually somewhere in Louisville, in Charleston, West Virginia, or wherever their current construction project was located. He'd drive hours home and still worked in the fields or the stripping room to way past dark. He'd be back up at 3 a.m. and leave for his day job. Daddy couldn't read or write, but he provided, and he provided by the sweat of his brow. He always pushed me to get a good education, and I'm grateful for that. Those $10 bills were always flapping at me when I had all A's on my report card. He was the only one who encouraged me in school in my family. He always told me he didn't want me working hard like he had to. So, here's to the tobacco farmers. Know we appreciate you. This is Hannah, signing out.